wise Chinese proverb goes, illness finds its way in by the mouth. No doubt, many chronic diseases are diet related and can be preventable by early dietary management. However, today, we are not solely talking about the mouth on our face. We are also talking about the mouth in our intestines, meaning an increased intestinal permeability. When we eat something wrong, it can cause us to have stomachache, flatulence, or diarrhea. However, when things get serious, it can cause gastrointestinal disease, gastrointestinal, viral, as well as bacterial infections, or even vaginal infections. Now, when there is an increase in intestinal permeability, it can cause us to have allergies, affect our immune system, as well as cause mental disorders. Now, this is something that I'm sure a lot of you are not aware of. Today, I am going to share with all of you on how we can protect, maintain, or even improve our gastrointestinal health, preventing us from developing all these diseases. Hi, my name is Ziqi and I am a nutritionist. Welcome to my health channel. Today, I am going to share with you all about FloraPlus. It is a symbiotic gut protector against pathogens as well as GI infection, which is gastrointestinal infection. Now, symbiotic means it contains probiotics as well as prebiotics. Now, not all probiotic strains are the same. Each strain has different functions in our body as well as is beneficial for different diseases, which is why usually a combination of different probiotic strains are more beneficial than a single one. Now, obviously, the food that they need, which is prebiotics, are also different. This is why FloraPlus contains 6 types of probiotics as well as 10 types of prebiotics. Now, yes, it is true that lactic acid bacteria is good for us. However, do you know that if your lactic acid bacteria formulation is wrong, it can have side effects? Now, according to this study, lactic acid bacteria produces 2 types of byproducts in our intestines, D-lactate as well as L-lactate. Now, when we consume excess amounts of D-lactate producing lactic acid bacteria, it can cause brain fog. Brain fog can affect your ability to think, making you feel disorganized, confused, and also making it hard for you to put your thoughts into words. So when we are choosing a probiotic supplement, we cannot solely focus on the amount of probiotic strains they have. We also have to take into consideration of its formulation as well as the type of probiotic strains. Now, what are the clinical applications of FloraPlus? As you can see here, there are many clinical applications. Let's dive into a few main functions of FloraPlus. Now, firstly, mental disorders. Now, you might be thinking, my gut health and my brain, it seems like 2 separate things. Why are they interrelated? Actually, our digestive tract is like a filter. It filters out the food and the things that we eat. Now, when this filter isn't functioning properly and there is an increase in intestinal permeability, allowing foreign substances to enter into our bloodstream, it can cause mental disorders such as autism, ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, as well as depression. Now, how can we prevent these from happening? Well, these kind of probiotics are able to help you. Furthermore, FloraPlus is able to improve our intestinal immune system and help us correct various problems that are caused by an abnormal immune system, such as acute upper respiratory infection, allergies, atopic physique in younger children, as well as Crohn's disease. Now, atopic physique, this problem is actually quite rare in the past 20 to 30 years. However, nowadays you can see that it's getting more and more common. I'm sure many of you have come across children with skin sensitivity, atopic dermatitis, a reactive airway, or even asthma problems. Now, how can we prevent these from happening on our younger children? Well, it is proven that if pregnant women during their pregnancy stage, they consume probiotics, they are able to effectively reduce the chances of their kids having these problems in the future. Now, I'm going to share with all of you a Crohn's disease case. Now, Crohn's disease is a type of inflammatory bowel disease that can affect any segment of your gastrointestinal tract. Usually, it occurs in the small intestines or the colon. Researchers aren't sure how it begins, who is most likely to get it, or how to best manage it. However, many people believe that it might most likely be due to stress. And despite the major treatment advances in the past 3 decades, there is currently still no cure available yet. Now, one of our customers, Miss Angelina, has developed Crohn's disease, and her symptoms were excessive diarrhea. It was so serious that at one point, she was excreting blood. Now, when she came to us for help, we did a microcirculation test for her. Now, as you can see on the left side, it is her blood capillaries during that time. And this is a picture of a healthy individual's blood capillaries. It is upright, straight, and very distinct. Now, after using FloraPlus, you can see that her blood capillaries are starting to look like the healthy blood capillaries that I have shown just now. And on top of that, she is also no longer having diarrhea problems. In addition, probiotics are also beneficial for various gastrointestinal problems that are caused by virus as well as bacterial infections. For example, E.coli, enterovirus, Helicobacter pylori, as well as coxsackie virus. Now, Helicobacter pylori, if you don't treat it, it can lead to stomach cancer. Now, when we are eradicating Helicobacter pylori, if at the same time we consume probiotics, we are able to greatly increase its eradication rate. Now, coxsackie virus causes hand, foot, and mouth disease, which is common in younger children. You can see that there are rashes as well as peeling of skin on their mouth, hands, and feet. Now, do you know there is no specific medical treatment for hand, foot, and mouth disease? However, probiotics are able to alleviate the clinical symptoms of severe hand, foot, and mouth disease. I can clearly remember the days when I was sitting for my UPSR exam. I was so nervous that I kept going to the toilet. And at that time, the invigilator, every time when I asked to go to the toilet, she gives me this kind of expression, as if suspecting that I am cheating the exam. But actually, I am really not. It is because I was so nervous that I had diarrhea problems. Now, if your child is like me, facing these problems, then it might mean that they have irritable bowel syndrome. Now, these probiotics are able to alleviate the diarrhea that are caused by irritable bowel syndrome. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is something that is very related to females, and that is vaginal infection. Now, the most common as well as the most problematic human fungal pathogen that can cause vaginal infections is Candida albicans. It is a type of opportunistic pathogenic yeast. Now, how can we know that we have vaginal infections? What are the symptoms? If you realize there's itchiness as well as irritation in your vagina, or you have an abnormal vaginal discharge. Now, a normal vaginal discharge is usually clear or white in color and have a subtle scent that is not unpleasant or foul smelling. But if you have vaginal infection, you can realize there's an increase in vaginal discharge, a change in color as well as appearance, such as a white curd-like vaginal discharge. Now, all these are telling you that you might have vaginal infections. Now, these probiotic strains, as long as we have adequate amounts of them in our body, we can reduce the risk of us getting infected by Candida albicans. When we ingest certain foods or medicines, it can actually produce carcinogenic substances as well as toxins in our body. However, if we have adequate amounts of good bacteria, it can immediately neutralize these toxins, preventing us from developing bowel cancer. Bowel cancer, also known as colorectal cancer, is one of the top 10 cancers in Malaysia. As long as we can prevent the dysbiosis in our gut microbiome, then we can effectively reduce the chances of us developing bowel cancer. Lastly, FloraPlus is able to help with constipation problems as well as for lactose intolerance people. Now, probiotics are able to help us soften our stool as well as increase our bowel movement. Now, for lactose intolerance people, probiotics are able to alleviate the clinical symptoms of lactose intolerance. How? It can increase the hydrolysis of lactose in our small intestines. Now, why choose FloraPlus? There are so many probiotic supplements in the market. Well, firstly, FloraPlus contains no artificial flavors or coloring. Now, each gram contains 6 different types of probiotics, 14 billion live bacteria, as well as 8 types of vitamins. Furthermore, it is in powder form and not tablet form, which is able to ensure the activity of good bacteria. Now, Vigor-Ace company is the first company to combine nutrition therapy as well as bioenergy therapy into their product. Now, what is bioenergy therapy? In layman terms, you can understand it as an edible acupuncture. Now, when we are formulating this product, its raw materials is able to effectively resonate with designated parts in our body, creating a target resonance effect. By doing this, it is able to revitalize the mother cells in the targeted tissues and thereby enhancing tissue regeneration, repair, and self-healing ability, allowing us to achieve results faster. Now, FloraPlus is able to resonate with our lungs, stomach, and intestines. Now, furthermore, our probiotic supplement FloraPlus contains resistant maltodextrin, which doesn't cause flatulence. Now, a lot of probiotic supplements in the market uses inulin as well as oligosaccharide. Now, these two ingredients can actually cause flatulence. Furthermore, the products of our company are manufactured by a California State FDA-approved GMP licensed manufacturer with 40 to 50 years of experience. They also have clinical application support. Now, the company also took the initiative to send their products to a local third-party independent Ministry of Health approved laboratory for quality inspection. Now, if you have certain special medical conditions that you do not know how to act on, or you have tried various of ways and your problems are still unresolved, why don't you give yourself a chance and contact us, because we provide free personalized health consultation tailored to your personal needs. So call out this number or WhatsApp us on this number, as well as you can message us on our Facebook page and let our qualified nutritionists speak to you. Vigor-Ace, your health, our mission.